Well, hey guys, it's Spiffyguy, and I'm here to tell you about a new series that I got running called Around the Home. And essentially it's going to be videos about gardening and home improvement and things that I do around my home. Kind of like a mini little urban homesteader series. And so to kick it off, I'm going to take you around and show you some of the gardening things I got going on at this point in time, and some of the plans I have in the future, so stick around. Okay, this is all what kind of started off the whole gardening. We planted really late in the season too, but these are two corn stalks that my son wanted to plant, and we just put a hole in the ground and dropped them in. This Missouri clay soil obviously isn't the best as far as nutrients, and being that we planted probably, I want to say it was either late May, maybe early June, they didn't get real big. And here's the corn cobs that we got. Those are the only two little corn cobs that we got there, but we got something, and next year we'll go ahead and plant them in a better spot so they Alright, so this is our latest moth-eaten, quite literally, crop here. These are Brussels sprouts, and so we planted these, I want to say early to mid-August, and it being October. They're doing all right. They're getting eaten pretty bad. We have cabbage worms, and I think I have a little shot of the worms themselves, and you can see like these little yellow dots. I don't know if you can see that there. Those are the cabbage worm eggs. The moth comes and lays the eggs on the bottom of the leaves. So I've been checking these as best I can every day, and you know, we're getting some new growth in the bottom. And this is just a container. Now I had a set in this container, and they got completely eaten. And I also put a set right here, and then just in the ground, just for, you know, grins or whatever, and those things didn't even come up. Some of the ones over here didn't come up, and the ones that did got immediately eaten by the insects. So we're doing what we can on these Brussels sprouts. I haven't sprayed it with anything. I heard you could sprinkle cornmeal on there, and that the worms would eat that and they'd explode. But I haven't done that yet, so we're just kind of messing around. Alright, so this is sort of our area that we've got. Our plan is to actually fence in this area. And so we could probably put in a raised bed, you know, where the corn is or where the Brussels sprout is. And there's, you know, gutters on either side. I could stick in a rain barrel. So that's kind of what the plan is with this particular project. We got to get the fence up first though, and then it won't be probably till spring till we put in at least one raised bed. You know, I'm not sure if I'm going to come lengthwise going out, or just kind of do it along next to the air conditioner and then one on the other side of the air conditioner. We'll see. This area is not really a play area though, so once we fence the yard in, I doubt the kids will be running around over on this side. So this is the garden barrel, of course, and I did a video on how to construct one of these, and I don't really have anything there right now. I just tossed in some green onion sprouts, but the hope is that we can turn this into a nice little salad, you know, barrel come spring. Here at the end of September, it's a bit late to be planting things. So we had some rain last night. You can see that all the water that dripped down into our bucket, and we'll just pick that back up and stick it in the top to retain the nutrients inside of our little garden barrel. Not that we have anything planted besides these little green onion sprouts, and they're doing all right. They're kind of sprouting out, so we'll see what happens. Just something fun to try out till next spring. Alright, so these are the chive containers. I planted these, I guess, last year, and I haven't done anything with them. They got weeds in there. This is some basil right here that's just kind of left in there. And these things earlier during the year, they got eaten by some sort of worm. It just decimated them all. But I kind of cut them back, and they just come back. They're just here. You know, so I'll try to move these and incorporate these into a much better gardening area, but for now they just kind of sit here while we rearrange stuff. I got all the rock from underneath the deck because we're gonna take the deck down once we put in the fence. So, and you know, and I've got dirt over here from gutter extensions that we put in. So we've got all the hay for the grass seed. So it's been a busy summer. So let's go take a look at the tomatoes and peppers. Alright, so crowded in here up on top of the deck with the kids' playhouse and all that stuff is the best crop, if you will, that we've got this year, and that's a couple tomatoes. We got 2 tomatoes in there. We had some green onions in here, but they got shaded out by the peppers. And then we have 2 peppers. Now these are container tomatoes, And then over here is the mammoth jalapenos. Sorry about that. And you can see we've got a couple ripe ones in here. And we have a lot of white flies, these little tiny white little moth looking things. They're called white flies, I guess. Now this container is made by the Emsco company. I picked this up at Lowe's for like 35 bucks. I just saw them last week and they were on sale for 25 at Home Depot. And what it is it's basically just a container on wheels, and you've got this little mulch cover, and it's a self-watering. It's got the pipe that goes down to a water reservoir. I just put some screen over there to keep bugs and stuff from going down and laying eggs. And this seems to work really well. I don't think it's going to be a good thing for these peppers. These peppers really got big, as you can see, and the stakes aren't really holding so well. So I think what I'm going to do is try to transplant the peppers to another location, and you know, just do smaller things in here, lettuce, herbs, basil, that sort of thing. So these did the best though. These little roller carts are really cool though, if you've got like a patio, or if you know, in an apartment complex and you know, you've just got a tiny little patio on the back. It might be an option to get some growing in there. It holds, I don't know, maybe 3 gallons of water, and I fill it up, you know, every couple days. During the summer when it was really super hot, I'd put in, you know, a gallon a day. But it works really well. And this little mulch cover here, I'll probably have to cut to get these peppers out because they've gotten a bit large. But that's about it on the peppers and the tomatoes. Alright, so here's the last little kind of gardening thing that we got going on right now. It's this trash can composter. I did a video on how to make one of these, and so far it's going all right. We got it filled up, and you know, it's starting to kind of get a little earthy smell to it, so hopefully it'll start composting. Once the leaves start dropping, we'll have more carbon matter to put in there. Alright, so this is pretty much about what I got done on the gardening here, and you know, stick around, we got more videos coming up, and next spring hopefully we'll get in a decent crop of plants and start getting into some real gardening. So until next time, take care. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.